Welcome to episode 18 of OneLife, podcast by BetterCo. I've got my fellow directors here, Justin and Alistair. Welcome, guys.
Hello, hello.
Now, why do we do this? We want to build a community. We want to have good conversations. We want to excite people about business. We want to be part of that partnership. And you've only got one life, so you better bloody make it worth it. And so what are we talking about today? Well, today's a cool one. We're talking about robots. Not really. We're talking about the rise of AI. It's not a robot. Could be a robot, but it's not. So the rise of AI, are you in or are you out? Easy question to start with, guys. You in or out?
Everyone's talking about AI. BetterCo may as well start talking about it as well, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're in. You have to be in. You know, we talk about curiosity quite a lot on this podcast, and I reckon this is the definition of.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So AI, ChatGPT, there's so many different things out there. Why not be curious and learn?
Yes. So exciting. It's like the day search engine came out on the internet, right?
I like what you just said there. So exciting. So you're on the exciting side. This is exciting to you.
I mean, we're all kind of futuristic, right? With our
I'm
strengths.
talking about you. Don't talk about me.
Oh, yeah?
You said it was exciting. What's exciting about it?
I'm just excited on all the changes it's going to bring in. You know, it's a bit of an unknown where, you know, with computers and Wi-Fi, you can kind of see where things are going, and you can kind of assume with AI, well, you see about it in dystopian cinemas and, you know, movies all the time. But, man, where's it really going to take us in the next 20, 50, 100 years?
Yeah.
Sounds scary, but quite... I wouldn't be long enough to experience the hard part of that.
I think it was it last year? It might have been the year before. There was just this big hype about AI, ChatGPT, and it was just like, it was really built up. It was like massive hype, you know, and that sort of lasted, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, and then it sort of tapers off.
Yes.
But that's what happens with new technology.
Yes.
You know, this just new and shiny thing. It's going to take over the world. What are we going to do for jobs? You know, all of that sort of stuff. But then it tapers off. So I think there was... I can't remember who said it, but you won't see too much change in a year, but you'll see a lot of change in 10.
I'm just Googling it.
Yeah,
because it was Jeff Bezos.
But I think that's what happens with hype of new technology and new software and all of that. There is this hype, and then it sort of just tapers off, and then it becomes sort of, over a period of time, becomes normal, right?
Yes. And this is the thing, like we're probably, if you think about it, 2 years into this AI relationship with AI across business. And I'm definitely seeing a way higher uptake.
Yes.
Across customers and friends and family and at all ages.
Yeah.
I think, which is important.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the scary thing is the speed of the uptake, right? If you think about the first Nokia brick phone or the first cell phone, 20, 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Until our iPhone we have now, it still took a good 20 years to get to where the iPhone is. But I feel like the AI trend's going to be a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, they say that whatever AI we have today is the dumbest AI we'll ever have.
Yes.
But then tomorrow, again, it's the dumbest AI you'll ever have. And it's getting better.
Yeah, and
Fast.
there's so many other players coming in. You know, is it DeepSeek from China?
Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the other one that's really moved the
You recommending that one?
Don't know. Yeah, tried it a few times. It is
Really?
pretty good. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more competitive, I think, in the next few years. A lot more money is going to get pumped into that market through venture capitals and startups.
Yeah, it's quite competitive out there, right? It's like, and then there's the we're just living in the world. It's like, do you use ChatGPT or Copilot? And everyone goes, what's safer? It's like, well, you realise there's a lot more than just those two.
Well, that's a pretty good segue then. So what are the risks of us relying on AI for not only our day-to-day lives, but for business, do you think?
What is the risk?
Yeah, well, are there any risks?
Well, it's like when Xero came out, and I used to tell all our grads to their faces that it was breeding dumb accountants because they didn't know how to register an asset and how to
The core journals.
how to sell an asset. You know,
What's
they
a
didn't know
T-ledger?
They didn't know that stuff, and so I think the risk is almost the same, but across all industries now.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone has to learn in the same way as how it was always done in the past. But I think the risk is that some of that foundational learning for every industry may be just dissipating slowly.
But the question is like whether those foundational stuff will add real value to the world or the business world. It's like driving a manual. Who knows how to drive a manual these days? It's all automatic or Tetronic cars, right?
Yes.
But if you know how to drive a manual, yeah, you're cooler. You can drive a race car. You can drive a faster car. But do you actually need it in today's world to live?
No.
So
Yeah.
same with AI. It's it's got to take away a lot of the bottom end grunt work, but do we actually need it to succeed as a human race?
Yeah. I can see why you're excited. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. Look, and it's the same as, we talk about Xero and the online accounting world. And there was this term here, I've just written it down, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So back when Xero first came on board and it was an online system, people were scared. Yeah. They go, I'm not going to put my details into an online world. Why would I do that? Of course. So this
or linking your bank account.
Exactly. Linking your bank account and getting automatic feeds. So people were wary of that software and that system being online. Now, who's not on Xero?
Yes.
Who's not on online accounting systems?
Yeah.
So I think there's
the same people that aren't using AI.
Well, that was my point. I think now that there's people that are scared of AI and they're scared of using that world, and maybe it's the older generation, I don't know, but there's like an element of people that are just scared to try.
Look,
and
there's
scared to
still
learn it.
an element of people that's still scared of using smartphones today. Don't forget that. I just recently...
Are they conspiracy theorists?
Look, I recently went to China, Shanghai, a couple of weeks ago, and you see these ads. It's their Uber Eats, right? And they're driving these scooters. On the back of the scooter jacket says, if you're using a smartphone, you can get your phone fast, or you can get your food faster in 5-10 minutes. Yeah. I think it's targeting to the older crowds that are not using a smartphone. Right. So they say, if you get a smartphone, you're going to jump into our system. You're going to get your food delivered to your door in 10 minutes.
Right, it's giving them the value proposition.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So they're still trying to bring this last group of people through.
Yeah.
And AI is the same thing. It's this massive wave and going to turn into a tsunami soon. There's going to be some people left behind, but eventually they're going to get converted over time.
Yeah. It's like those early adopters, right? And the curve. And there's always going to be the laggards that, take a bit of time to actually come on board. But, with any technology, and this is probably no different, it's going to happen. So whether you embrace it now or you wait another 5 years or so, you need to embrace it, right?
Yeah. I was actually thinking about this topic this morning because my dad turned 65 last month. And it's almost given him permission to be lazy about technology and doing things on his own.
Because he's retired.
Because he's technically retired. And I was like a little bit worried about it because I feel fortunate that my generation, I'm 36, I've lived through Atari, PlayStation 1, when it wasn't even called PlayStation 1, it was just PlayStation, until the PlayStation 2 came out. The internet, smartphones, email, I've got text messages were 20 cents, now they just get sent. I've had all of that, but I worry about when am I going to hit that? When do I expire?
Mate, you've got a lot longer than me. Let's put it that way.
We're already expiring. Are you on TikTok filming videos every week?
No,
you're expiring
that. So I'm like, how much can one keep up with all of this? Yeah. And if you're my dad and you're 65, he don't go fuck.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care. And does he need to care? Maybe not. But he's only 65. That's still relatively young. So I would say to him is that tell him to be curious and maybe just explain it to him as well, because he probably has little understanding. And the older generation, they do get scared. That they have been targeted by scams and all of that sort of stuff. So they're thinking, shoot, what's next with AI? Is it going to be even worse?
I've just written here, how to be a better son. Explain more to dad. I should really.
You can thank your dad from me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You might pat me on the back. No, thanks, son. Yeah. I need a bit of that.
But it's just like, the deep fakes.
Yeah.
You talk about voice messages and the copying your kids' voices, and it's like facial recognition, all of that sort of stuff. So where does that end with AI?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen this, and this is dad mentality here, but there's this ad that came out about a year ago in Europe, and they invited all these people to this cinema viewing, and in the opening, in all the trailers, it comes out and it shows an older woman who is, and it's a deep fake of a current 3-year-old, and then it shows you how it made the deep fake, and it takes all of the pictures that the mum uploaded to social media on those 3 years, put them all together and created this deep fake of this future lady in the past.
So scary.
And and the parents are sitting in the front and they're just freaked out. But I think those are the people that go too far and don't understand the risks of AI or technology.
Yes.
And it's not enough education. I don't think they're just like, oh my God, social media, bang. Saying, AI can do this, bang.
Yeah.
You know?
We're still in this whole learning phase, right, of using technology and AI and the consequences of it. I feel like in sort of 5-10 years, you're going to have rules.
Right.
Like you can't upload certain photos of your child or certain people or yourself. You can't just put out your personal information anywhere, and you're going to get lessons like this in class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the evolution for sure.
Yeah. Have any of you got any friends or family at university at the moment?
No, not in uni, but maybe family friends, like kids
What's
in
that?
uni.
One of my cousins is a architecture student, and what they can do with technology and AI is phenomenal.
Wow.
Like phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so coming back to your point earlier about, do we really need to know all that foundational stuff? I think you're probably right. I've never really thought about that. I mean, I was worried about it.
Yeah.
But
I guess the question is, are you a shit accountant if you don't know how to do T-ledgers?
I don't even know what a T-ledger is. So
For those who don't know, you draw out a T on a piece of paper and you write your debits and credits on it. You used to learn it in high school.
Sometimes this is for me, and I might be wrong, and who knows what the future might bring, but knowing the background of how things work and the structure and all of that sort of stuff is very important, because if you're going to be learning to go forward, you need to know where things started, so having that knowledge looking back is, for me, is important, but for the future generations, who knows?
So it's probably, I think people can take a bit of a lesson here from crypto. A lot of people don't understand crypto and blockchain. I'm certainly no expert. If you just think about how fast that came in and what that wave did, and how many people still don't know what it does, do you want to be that person with AI? I would say that AI is going to have a much greater impact and much faster impact than crypto did. So don't make the same mistake.
Yes.
Get involved and get curious. And I like what you just said there, learn how it works.
Yeah.
Because I remember when crypto came out and I was like, what is blockchain?
Yeah. So I think it's probably two parts. There's like your business life and industry and how AI is working in that world, and then there's the personal side as well. So and they can be interlinked. We're OneLife, of course, but for industry, you've mentioned architects, but what about software development? AI is writing code now, which is like outrageous also. So those computer scientists that we've had for years gone by, are they going to become redundant in time? I don't know the answer to that.
Or they're going to be more efficient, right?
Correct.
They could just check their codes, and if they know how the end code should look like.
Yes.
Yeah. If you use your AI as your genius friend in school, you can actually get a lot out of it. So, example, if you go straight to the friend and say, give me your answers, cool, I'm going to submit it tomorrow, and learn nothing, you're going to be as dumb as yesterday.
Yes.
But if you sit with a friend and study with him at night, learn how his brain works, ask him to explain how things work. If you get an answer from AI, why do you think that's the answer?
Yeah.
Why is this? What about this? Challenge their concept. Then you can get a lot more out of that.
Keep questioning, for sure.
Yeah.
And don't ruin your ability to have, a thought or cognitive
So
sequence.
people say that you're a product of the 5 people that are closest to you. I like what you just said there. Use AI as your genius friend. Like imagine if you're a business owner and you have 5 AI friends or 5 AI pieces of something that do really well for you. You were just talking about software engineers. A couple of weekends ago, I downloaded this app, or got a subscription to this app called Lovable.
Sounds dodgy, mate.
That's the robot love you.
It is not relationship stuff. It is an idea to app in seconds. And I thought, shit, this sounds cool, man.
Wow.
So Lovable is a superhuman full stack engineer. So I signed up and I asked it to create me an entire website, full website. No nonsense, full website, and it asked me a couple of questions of theme and everything like that. And it just started writing me code.
Crazy.
Wow.
And this is username to code in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And all the code, and it gives you a test and it's like, do you like the visuals? And you go, yeah, man, like this. It's pretty sick. I'll take more of that, thanks. And then it just keeps writing the code, and then it gets a glitch every now and then. It goes, if I was a software engineer, it would go, okay, broken, and then you go and fix that code, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, right.
Just keeps going. So in terms of speed, I think this is where people are going to be using it, is to do their jobs faster.
What's going to happen to the web developers and the website developers?
Well,
what's going to happen?
Like I couldn't do it, right? It broke, and it was telling me it's breaking.
Gotcha.
So
So you still need some expertise. You need a human.
Yeah, you need a human.
Yeah.
You need a guy or gal.
Yeah.
To make it good. I had a good question for you, Justin.
Bring it.
What is a practical way or ways that businesses can integrate themselves with AI without losing the human touch?
Yeah, it's really important. And I'm just going to keep it at its most basic to start, because I think, people are new to using AI, and we use ChatGPT within the office and all of our team, and we encourage that. But I'm starting to notice now that some of the communication that's coming through from colleagues, from clients, you can actually see right through it that it is generated by ChatGPT, and I don't like that. And you can notice it pretty much straight away. But I think one thing that people can do in business, and even we say it to our team as well, is you need to personalize it to you, because people are going to see right through that communication. So if you can Justinize it or Alisterize it so that it comes across as being you. The content is brilliant from ChatGPT, don't get me wrong, but I think you need to humanize it and you need to make it your own rather than, otherwise we're just going to be seeing generic ChatGPT communications everywhere you look. And how boring would that be?
Yeah.
You see it on LinkedIn, people doing posts, and it's just like, oh, you can just tell.
Yeah.
And they're probably longer than what you're used to seeing, and that's partly ChatGPT, but I think humanizing it and making it your own, personalizing it is really important.
On that point, the other side is how valuable is face-to-face conversations now in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, AI could generate this cool LinkedIn post on email that looks kick-ass and send it to your clients, but if you take them out for dinner and just talk to them face-to-face, there's no hiding behind an AI screen.
Exactly right.
I like what you just finished with, because I just thought that you were going to say, I still have those face-to-face meetings, but you didn't. You said take them out to dinner, which is, there's an argument out there at the moment that 80%, maybe even 90% of the jobs that will exist in 10 to 20 years don't exist today. I'm not going to say that there's going to be jobs for people that just to take people out to dinner.
Sure, that's a pretty good job.
Out there. It's called bankers. Sorry, not sorry.
Not our bankers. You lost my train of thought there. That was a good joke.
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's, you can't become a robot. You've still got to be human. And I think having those face-to-face meetings and all of that is still going to be very important. And even into the future,
Yeah.
We're humans and we like that, people contact. We just love that. That's the way that we operate, So I think, yes, get all of the information from your AI, from your ChatGPT and other systems, but humanize it, still talk to people. I mean, like our kids, what are they going to be doing? What's their employment going to be? What are their jobs? What are they going to be doing in the future? What I say to my girls is that you need to have a personality and you need to be able to communicate well. So if we can encourage that, I think the jobs that we don't know about yet, they're going to be at the forefront because they can hold a conversation with another human.
Yeah. It's so important.
Yeah, I mean, human connection is one thing AI can never take away, no matter how much. Yes, you can have a AI robot that loves you, but people still want that human face-to-face contact. For example, we're an accountant. For us to take a client out to dinner, talk about their pain points and their personal lives and learn more about their kids, it's something AI can never do.
No,
ever,
it can't.
Ever. They can do our journals and write our financial statements, but that aspect, never going to take away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, same with the coach. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same with a tennis coach, right? If your daughter wants to play tennis, you could learn from an AI app to teach you how to swing and how to hit it and analyze your app. But a coach sits there and analyze you as a character, mentor you as a person, give you resilience and all these things. And I would much rather have that person than an AI robot teaching my kids.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what industries will still be there in the future, do you think, in a future AI world?
Oh, I read some funny things on Reddit. Someone literally asked that same question and they say plumber because AI is not going to clean your shit for you. I don't know, it might be a robot.
But they might be able to get a robot in, right?
Yeah.
We'll see, mate. We'll see.
Yeah. But you're right. Maybe the trades. Yeah. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's been done by AI now, you know, prefabricated buildings, all of that sort of stuff that's done by robots, all of that. So,
Well, I'm going to argue that it's not going to take any industry away. I don't think so.
yeah.
I think it's just going to make the jobs different in those industries.
Yes.
And then it's going to make his opinion. But I think anyone who uses AI right now is way more hireable than anyone who doesn't.
Yes.
Why would you hire anyone who can't use AI? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's huge. That's good for the people to hear, I think, you know, because that's if you take one thing away from this podcast is get out there and start using it if you're not already.
You know when you get CVs, right? For decades, you write CVs and say, software used, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Excel. If you fucking don't see ChatGPT on the CV, no, don't hire. Like, move on, because there's so many people right now that are using it. If someone can't even use ChatGPT to write their CV, I'd argue that they're not quite the right person to hire.
Yeah.
Especially if they're at like a senior level.
You're just not curious enough to learn, right? That's the first thing. So if you want to get ahead in any job and any stage in life, if you're a learner, like learning ChatGPT or other things, you're always going to have an advantage because you can fail fast and fix fast.
I just think we're at this pivotal point of the AI that the curiosity has to be there. And if someone's not curious enough right now, that they're probably not the right person. And then if they're not curious, they're going to fall behind your current people who are curious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you can end up with a problem.
I mean, the other side of me feels sorry for the future generations. It's just too much, I feel like. You know, if you're not using AI, no one's going to hire you. If you don't have a degree and a master's, no one's going to hire you. If you're not smart or get yourself out there, if you can't talk to people, no one's going to hire you. So shit, you got to be superhuman.
You can't
these days.
hide, you can all on social media.
Yeah, and your friends are doing better than you on Instagram and TikTok, and you see all these things, and sometimes it's so unnecessary, as a human being. Yeah.
You just made me think. I remember there was a post I saw on LinkedIn a couple of years ago, and in Dubai there's somewhere where you can go to like buy your shoes, but when you walk into the store, it's a retail store with just bloody tablet, and it's shoes. You're buying shoes. You don't want to look at it on a tablet, but you have to look at it on the tablet to be like, oh, I want that one, and then you buy it, and then there's people in the back and robots in the back.
How do you know your size?
Exactly. How do you know what it feels like?
Don't you need to try them on?
Yeah.
They'll just
Come
scan
on.
your current shoe and figure out your size.
True.
And that's
Okay.
just something that's
I'm
not
comfortable
needed.
with that.
That just ruins the whole experience for me.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's the younger generations and the generations that aren't even born yet that won't know any better will be comfortable with not dealing with another human. It's certainly not me.
Oh, I reckon the interesting stat is in 100 years' time, what are the percentage of extroverts and introverts in the world? And what is it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like introverts can be bred
Yeah.
through
Yes.
upbringing and.
Yes.
Well, you just think about the
childhood.
70s and the 80s. Introverts wasn't even really a thing.
No.
Like, you don't think about, that age,
Yeah.
that decade,
Yeah.
that era, thinking about introverts. You think about, there's all these buzzy people that like doing cool things.
Yeah.
Well, you
even-
couldn't stay at home and be on the internet
Yeah,
because there wasn't an internet.
I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Just read out the newspaper, you can.
Or read
And you could
books.
figure out who didn't have a TV in those days too.
Yeah, it's like Japan, right? Like they have this word otaku, means the guy who stays at home and just play video games and watch animes all day. It wasn't a thing before video games and anime is around, but they've gone ahead of the world
Yeah.
and they're so advanced now, and it's a declining population because they're not going out there and having babies.
Well, it's got a name now. That's
Yeah.
how common it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I feel like, it's going to be a globalization of that movement, of people
Yeah.
not wanting interaction and people limiting interactions. And
Do you think it heightens people's confidence or decreases their confidence if they're users of AI?
ooh, good question.
I think it increases their confidence. Yeah, it's a tool, and we're only talking about ChatGPT really here at the minute. We should actually talk about other systems in a bit as well that people are using, but I think it does give confidence because if the people that use it properly, and as I mentioned before, they're personalising it to be coming from Justin and all of that, you're just checking what you already know half the time, so you're throwing it in there and you're just like confirming what you've got in your head, but it says it in a pretty good way. And you can ask them to change it if you want to and move it around and all of that, or make it more of a summary style rather than being in depth, so you can actually, and it just creates more time, and with time that confidence will come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you think it's dangerous that people just believe anything AI says now?
Oh, totally.
It's just like, your grandfather reads something on Facebook and he shares it to the family
Yeah.
chat. Don't use the microwave because it gives you cancer.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's an element of that with AI.
Yeah.
People asking the questions. I've got a client that came to me and he spent 3 hours digging through AI on what the best tax structure is.
Yeah.
And I found so many holes in it.
Yeah.
And he came to the office. He's like, he doesn't want to pay for tax structure advice because he got it through AI.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just going to pay for an hour of your time to
Just
check
to
it.
check
Sense
this.
check it.
I checked it. I was like, this doesn't sound right, mate.
It's wrong,
It's
yeah.
wrong. It's completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's mixing up Australian tax rules and our
Oh,
rules.
wow.
See, that's a big risk.
Yeah.
People relying on it too heavily. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are, that's a,
It's like this illusion, right? Like he thinks it's right because it's ChatGPT. I think it's sort of wrong, but even I'm questioning myself because fuck, AI is saying
sounds
this
so
thing.
good.
Yeah, it
that's
sounds
right.
so intelligent, and he spent 3 hours digging through it.
Yeah.
And I think AI basically have this AI illusion to convince him that, cool, I've got the answers you have.
Yeah.
or
Well, it's
you
proven
want.
that it hallucinates, for
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And then it's proven scientifically that it actually tries to
Wants to
please you.
please
It's a yes person.
Yeah.
It's a yes person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think about having a yes person, if they were next to you all day, you'd get pretty sick of that person.
Mm.
And they're never challenging you
Yeah.
or your
that's right.
thoughts or your beliefs or,
Yeah.
So your confidence might go up, but shit, might turn you into a bit of a one-trick pony a bit.
So what other systems? I mean, we've talked about ChatGPT quite a bit. Like,
Well, I think this is a great thing, and what I've kind of been alluding to in terms of like if you're not keeping up with it, you're going to get left behind because there are different models now.
Yes.
It's not just different systems, but there are different models.
Yeah.
yes,
So like if you've got Perplexity, it's actually a deep research
yes,
tool. If you've got ChatGPT, you've got 3.0 Mini and all these different things. But like one of the cool things at the moment is deep research. So you can actually tell it something, and then it actually goes away and thinks,
yeah, that's scary.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
And then it gives you back the information. It says, oh, I thought about this and I got this information from here. So looking at the different AI tools, because AI is everywhere now, it's going to be a bit like, it's not even going to need to say AI in future.
Yes.
It's just going to do it.
Yes,
What are the ways, because there's so many, and there's so many industry ones, what are the ways that people are using AI at the moment?
I think the most common one's generating content because it requires just too much brain power to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. A lot on the marketing side of things, even when you hire a marketing manager, half the time will be on AI, just generating stuff.
yeah,
Getting graphics, getting your voiceovers on your reels. There's even AI to do subtitles for you and all that
Yes.
stuff. So it's going to shape down the time of doing the doing,
Yeah.
but it's actually adding real value to content generation and
Yeah.
marketing.
I remember 5 years ago we were looking at stuff, eh?
Mm.
I remember now. To even answer your question, what are people using? There's like 1,000 just at marketing ones.
So many
Yeah.
cool ones.
It
I
must
think
be
one
across
time
industry.
one of our clients showed me an app. I can't remember the name now, but you just record B-rolls of yourself just doing work or doing your day-to-day, and you give it a script and you keep talking through it. It learns your voice, and it just creates a real talking in your voice of your day-to-day. So if you want to talk about accounting, you give it an accounting script, do it on ChatGPT, load it up, and it uses your accent and your voice and your style to create
generate
a
the content.
30-second video.
Wow,
Yeah, and putting it on your B-roll with subtitles.
Wow.
Crazy.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that I think, like, if it shocks you, great. But you got to do something with it afterwards. Like, I'm a bit shocked by it. But I'm like, okay, now I really want to know what that was. What are you seeing, Justin? What are people using?
Well, I mean, Xero's just launched one. Well, not just launched. It's been in beta for a while, but just Xero, Jax. So I haven't used it yet, but I've heard some good things. And I suppose that's just the start now.
Yeah.
So just Ask Xero, Jax, they've got something in beta. People are starting to use it now, but
Yes.
where the future lies with that and how that evolves over time is interesting for me, just being an accountant and in that profession. Internally, we've got a tax AI that the team use as well. Again, it's not 100%, so you certainly still have to challenge it. But for us in our industry, that's working pretty well with our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the ones that I've mentioned before, like writing code and all of that for software development as well.
I've seen Jax in person. What it can do.
What does he look like?
It's a square box. Dad joke. What it can do very quickly is pretty cool. If you're a business owner, one of the things it's taking away is the function of a pretty boring office manager or office administrator, or a financial administrator, or a basic bookkeeper who doesn't have much other knowledge. And you can say, oh, hey, I've just got an order. I've just spoken to John from ABC Limited. Can you please create me a purchase order for 15 donuts? And can you send that over to John? And so because you've said, can you send that over to John? It'll actually ask you, it'll say, hey, I've created it. Do you want me to send it to John, like you said? Or do you want to check it? And you go, no, just send it. And it will just send it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's all done inside of Xero. But what they're playing with is trying to do what ChatGPT is doing, is like connect it to Siri and stuff like that. So if you never have to log in, you're actually always in. So that's where I think the revolution is coming.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. You can sort of see where you sort of in your head, you can imagine where the future lies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I still feel like Xero's tiptoeing a bit around us, just because they're being real careful of taking away our job as the accountant.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still coming. Yeah, you're saying it's going to deliver 15 donuts and send a receipt. What's stopping it from doing a set of GST returns and financial statements for us?
Well,
Yeah.
this is exactly what it does. So at the same time, you can ask, how many days does it take for John to pay me normally? Is he late or is he on time? And it will tell you straight away, bang, he pays on time and in fact 7 days early.
Yes.
Or he's always late, 60 days. So you can say, okay, can you send an email to John and say, hey, I'm happy to put this order through, but you always pay me late? Can you pay me in advance or something?
Yeah.
And we'll just do it.
Yeah.
I think to your point, Alistair, I think you're right. If Xero is not going to be the company that does it, someone else will in time, and whether that's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years away. So I think, that they need to stay ahead of the curve. Otherwise, there's going to be another Xero that will disrupt Xero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's, we're seeing it now. I think there's a few businesses that are starting to crop up. And, I'm not saying that Xero is over.
Yeah.
Not by any stretch of the imagination, but I think if they don't evolve, they could be taken over by someone like they took over EYOB.
Yeah.
But what about our job as accountants? You reckon it's ever going to take it over? You think AI is going to do our job?
Oh, look, never say never, but I think as long as we remain human.
And take people out to dinner.
and take people out for lunch and dinner. Can AI play golf? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think even our senior accountant's role in the future will be very different. It's almost like an accounting AI prompt engineer.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to get all these tools that can do GST returns and send out invoices for you, but who directs it?
Yeah.
So if you want to find out what your debt to ratio is, what does it mean? You know, what prompts you type into this JAX or software to dig the data, and it's a data clean firstly, and then how do you report on it and how do you translate it to the customer? It's like, hey bro, I just checked it on whatever AI, the system says, if you're going to run out of money in 3 months, go talk to the bank right now.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, we could run a whole series on AI. There's so many points to talk about. There's so many industries affected. There's so many people affected.
And it's changing so quickly.
And it's
as well.
It's like this is the dumbest one today.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a Nokia brick
tomorrow
phone
it'll be
equivalent.
dumb. Yeah. So you just can't keep up. And I think that the thing is, you just got to keep trying. You just got to get curious. You just got to give it a crack. Now we're out of time. So if you are going to give it a crack, think about risk, right? Just don't plug all your financials in and people's names in and all of that. If you are going to do that, make sure you're on the paid version of these different things. That's the advice that we've been given. Be on the paid versions. Don't be a cheap ass. It's at its most expensive is roughly $200 a month. Just pay for the thing. Second thing is give your teams, the whole business needs to get comfortable with AI. If they're not comfortable with AI, using it inside the business, you're not, give them subscriptions and get them to use it for their personal life. Create me a meal plan for this week and make me a shopping list and write me a budget and all that sort of stuff. So you can build the curiosity so people get used to and being comfortable using it back in when they're inside the business. Alistair said something really important. We are in the learning phase at the moment, so figure out how it works. And then when you do figure out how it works, explain it to more people, because I always say, if you can explain it to someone, then you actually understand it.
Yes.
I loved Alistair's comment about using AI as your genius friend. That's awesome. JK's points are probably the most important. Personalize your AI, humanize it, and make it your own. And to wrap that up, I would say, don't lose contact with people and find opportunities. If your kid's older or whatever, it doesn't matter, but find opportunities to talk to people and communicate.
Yeah.
And again, wrap up what Justin said, which was teaching his kids to have a personality. You can actually teach your AI to have a personality. How scary is that? But teach your kids.
Yeah.
And actually have one yourself.
Be more human than ever, really. Yeah. Value relationships.
Yeah. Final comments?
I can't believe you just told people to learn how to have a personality.
Well, they don't.
I love it. Yeah. No, that was good. That was good. I mean, as you say, we can talk about it for a while, but I think we covered off a few of the main points there.
Yep. All right. That's a wrap. Thank you.
Thanks, lads.
Thanks for listening. So follow and subscribe to OneLife for weekly business strategy insights. So you can share this with other ambitious founders, people who want to do a bit better and go a bit further. And if you've got a topic suggestion, you can either email us at marketing@betterco.nz or you can DM us on any of our socials. You can also contact us if you go to our website, www.betterco.nz, and LinkedIn. The three of us are on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Justin Keane, Alistair Sue, Vinay Ishwa. You can find us there, and our Instagram. We're all over it. So follow us, like and share
any
for more.
feedback welcomed.
Yes.